Hello everyone, thank you for joining in. So for today's career session on HR technology. So today's session is highly focused on MBA HR students. So there are many people actually reached out to me to understand what are the career options, especially in HR technology post MBA, right? So post MBA in HR, you can go to many fields. It can be your HR generalist, or there are any specific role like HR in the recruiting space, or it can be HRBP. There are multiple options, but technology is everywhere these days. So whatever you use it, whatever the field, whatever the industries, technology is an important ingredient of anything you pursue today in career, right? Even if you are pursuing a career in marketing, martech is there, marketing technology, we have advertisement technology, everything technology is actually entering everywhere. Okay. So with that note, so let's start today's sessions. Basically, what are the different options available in HR technology, right? So hope you're able to see my screen, and we will talk about what are the different career options in HR technology today. So before we start, how many of you have already having a technology of means prior career, means prior to your MBA, have you done any kind of technology career options like have you done any BTech, or just to type in the chat? Okay, it can be BTech, it can be BBA, it can be anything. At least you have studied about technology, any technology, little bit. Yeah. So I see few people are already in they have done the BTech or BCA. I see that. Okay. Okay. Good. So now with that note, let's then go to a mind map. Then I will explore what are the options. And today's session is more focused on the MBA HR people. So it is also applicable people who already have completed MBA, or you're pursuing your second or third semester or trimester in the MBA space in HR. Then I will just show this what are the options are available. Then we will go proceed for the other options. Okay, so I will explain you one by one what are the career options available. Then we will proceed further. Right. Yeah. So hope you are able to see my mind map. So in HR technology after MBA, so the role can be divided into two major category. From my experience, I'm just sharing. It can be business side of it, or it can be consulting side of it. When I say business, it is more of a you are working in an industry. It can be retail industry. It can be your banking in or insurance industry. Directly, you're working from a business endpoint, and you are actually closely working with the HR team, or you are HR head or HR, let's say at an initial level, you're working closely with your HRBP or HR lead, right? So that is from a business point of view. What is the difference between business and consulting? So consulting is actually people who are from a technology perspective, who are the implementer, okay, who are actually like a third party system integrator or a third party implementation partner who are actually enabling HR for any business. So they are actually mostly work closely with each other. So when I say business, it can be the examples can be your, let's say I have given any specific industry, okay, any specific industry, and you are working from a business angle or business side of it, okay. But when it comes to consulting, you are actually the real implementer or enabler, okay. So you are the enabler, or the basically you closely work with the business. Generally this business, the industry, basically they deploy, or you provide an advisory is also another term I can say. Advisory mostly you work in a, these are more external and they work closely with a business. And it can be any kind of the examples. If you ask me from a business point of view, it can be, suppose I'm talking about an example of let's say retail industry, okay. Then in retail again, there are multiple examples. It can be Walmart and globally, and India, we can have Reliance and all. So this is just for an example. And similarly, when it comes to consulting, you can have a multiple options here. Like example can be all here it comes to your big four or MBB. Okay, so McKinsey, Bain, and all those companies. Big four means your consulting organizations like all the big four, Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, EY. There are many more other companies as well who do a consulting. So generally, these are the two major areas. Again, in this, there are multiple options when it comes to role and consulting. Now, coming specific to in this, whether it is a business or it is a consulting, right? You will be having from a module point of view. Again, you can have initially you will be having maybe you are playing a role of a generalist, okay, but maybe you will be getting roles, say, let's say specific recruiting. It can be onboarding, it can be your learning, it can be your succession or your career development, then performance management. You have a lot of modules like a payroll, your time management, then your core HR, master data management. A lot of options are there, right? So now when it comes to the pay structure also, they are very much highly competitive, and the I will not explain that the salary structure now. Maybe in the some upcoming sessions I will discuss. Also, you can get those details in the Glassdoor and other sites, and those are authentic. And you will be finding those details about it. Okay. So now coming to the business and consulting point of view. So today I'll be focusing more on the digital platform, HR digital platform point of view. And inside that, we are having a different career journey, right? Or your how does the career journey looks like? I will explain that. So in the consulting, again, we do have here whenever we are going for a consulting, let's say specific to digital platform in HR, right? So most of the organization they go ahead with standard your leading platforms like platform technology. I will say platform. The major one being SAP, success factors, or it can be for your workday. This is major one I'm just saying, but there are many other things. Or it can be Oracle, or it can be CSOD, that is a cornerstone on demand. So there are many more, but I'm just mentioning the four major one. Most of the organization they use it, but fundamentally by principle remains the same. Only the how they do the things that remains a little bit different. Okay, so this is again will be a repetitive structure for both, whether it is a consulting or it is a business, right? It will be the same, but what is the difference in role? I'm just going to explain. Okay, so let's say we will pick up only one skill today. Okay, only the let's say success factor. Okay, so when it comes to the business side of it, right? So you are responsible for designing your basically the process. Okay, so because you are being a business side of it, you know your process very well. Okay, so what are the key challenges or key key focus areas? Okay, so that you know better compared to any other organizations or any other departments in your organization, being an HR, right? So when it comes to success factor again, so then suppose you would like to pursue a career in success factor. Again, whether you are it is a business or consulting, that doesn't matter. Suppose you have decided to start with, right? So there are multiple career options available. Okay. So in success factor, whenever you're starting with, I mostly have what my past almost in SAP and success factor, SAP success, SCM and success factor for the last 10, 12 plus years, right? So I will clearly say that there are specific career journey for you, and how to start with it is very easy. So you can start with in SAP success factor, there is a concept called platform fundamentals, and it is common for both, whether you are a business side of it or a technology side of it. Okay, so you have to start with somewhere, right? So there are specific career learning journey available when it comes to SAP success factor. So I will just show you that as well. Just give me a minute. that can you can easily find in the learning journey. Okay, so if you see here, there are some specific learning journey. I will just take you through. Yeah. So this is just one of the module of success factor, like a core HR, right? So you can see whenever I'm exploring the options, there are two options here. Sorry, the last right hand side, you can say civil learning journey for the role. So you are playing a role of a consultant. Suppose I would like to choose for any other role. So these are the two role, one other role. So let's say administrator, which is actually the from business side of it. Suppose I'm going for an administrator role or a business. This is the role which is actually relevant for the business. You are an HR administrator, you are basically working from a business point of it. Okay, not a consulting external third party, rather you are working from an internal business angle. So there are very systematic space actually how to proceed and all. So you can see this, you can start with basic HR, or they call it HXM. Okay, Open SAP. This is a free of cost course. You can go for this three hours learning journey, 3 hours course. Okay, so you can simply sign up. If you have not signed up, you can simply go here and sign up for this. Then rather after going through that, you will be able to pursue that course, right? So very simple process. So just to see, so I have already signed up, so you can see that. So I'm not going to that, but it's very simple to understand, very just fundamental. Okay. So you can start with this particular course if you're planning for an administrator role, right? Or from a business, working from business side of it. Then another course is there, that is Explore SAP Success Factor Solution. This is a 16 hours course. And for this, you require a license of it. Mostly if you are a partner organization or you are a business, you are already implemented in all SAP success factor in your company, might be you will be having a subscription, and you will, with that subscription, you will be able to access this content. Okay. So I'm not going to do that, but here you will be finding all those details, all the courses details will be there, right? So similarly, now going back to our further, so this is one of the modules in success factor. Then there are also some assessments available. You can complete that assessment, and there is a community training page, and in that you register for those courses. And this is for especially for the success factor people and who are already working from business side of it. Okay, so you will be having access to this SFALC, and from that you will be able to complete those accreditation program. These are all valid for 1 year only, especially from a business point of view. Okay. So consulting side, it is different. Consulting side, you have to go for a certification, which is again around a investment of 50,000 plus around in Indian rupees. And you can pursue 6 certifications in that within a span of 1 year. And after that, you have to complete regularly your Delta examination every 6 months. Okay. But when it comes to admin side of it or business side of it, there is no such restriction, and it is included in your license. You don't have to pay any extra buck for this certification, or we call it accreditation program, right? And you can find out all this accreditation from here. Especially it is for the customer team. Okay, so knowledgeable customer administrators in SAP success factor products. Okay, and you will be finding, especially after completion of that exams and all, you will be getting a accreditation digital badge, okay, that you can share with your all social media profiles, and you can go through all these details, right? So SFALC, again, it is included with your subscription. And if you are planning for any instructor-led training and all, this is an extra cost. But if you are the self-paced, it is free of cost and you can go for it. Okay. And provided you are already having a success factor license in your organization, right? So this is from a business point of view. And what are the options you will be seeing here whenever you're going for a SFX accreditation program? Okay. So there are different products again. Okay. So how to become and getting it accredited. So every 1 year, these are the options you are having. And this is, you'll be getting all the details of this success factor accreditation program from here directly. So, okay. So I'm not going detail about it. So all lots of options are available, right? The benefits of Success factor. This is how the badges will be looking like once you complete your accreditation program, right? And these are the different modules at present. SAP is running your accreditation program like calibration, 360 reviews for performance management, career development planning. We do have a compensation, employee central payroll, platform, performance management, goal management. Then we have learning management. Then similarly, we do have onboarding, people analytics, we do have time management, variable pay, workforce planning, succession management. So all these are actually having SFX accreditation program. So you can see more than 15 accreditation exam list is there. Okay. And these are all free of cost if you have already having a license of success factor. This is more from a business or admin point of view, right? So this is what I just thought of sharing with you from a success factor point of view. Similar kind of expert options are also available in other products like Workday, Oracle, and Cornerstone on demand, right? So this is a role which I was talking about from a business or admin point of view will be working. Okay. So platform admin, again, in this, every modules have its own sub modules, right? As I was saying, like you will be having a recruiting, you will be having similarly, you will be having onboarding. So I'm not going detail about it, but all as having an SFX accreditation program, right? Onboarding. Then we do have a learning module. Then we do have performance, or you can say the talent optimization. There's no as such. This is I'm just using this term talent optimization, and inside that we can have a performance management, goal management, we do have succession, then we do have a career development, planning and mentoring, right? So there are so many modules are there. Similarly, after talent optimization, then we can have your, let's say, your core HR like EC, employee central. Every module as can have, if it is a large organization, if you're working for, then it will be having, every module will be having their own administrator. Otherwise, multiple modules you have to handle. Okay, employee central, we do have then EC payroll, right? Then we do have what you say. So then we do have analytics or workforce analytics, workforce planning. So I'm not going into detail, just I'm just giving an overview. And this is people analytics. Then we do have, let's see what else is there. Social collaboration. Yeah, collaboration platform is there. Then we do have time management. Yes, compensation. Compensation. Then we do have variable pay. And your benefits, which includes your retirement plan, health insurance, all the insurance options will be coming here in the benefits. Then we also do have other modules like as we have mentioned here, time tracking. Okay, so there are modules like time tracking. So all these modules will be having there. It's a very vast. Okay, I'm not expecting everyone to complete within 6 months to 1 year. Rather, each module it has its own, right? It's a very long learning journey. Especially, I can say about SAP Success Factor, right? But we can start small. We can start with let's say Employee Central. You're looking after the HR master data, right? And specifically focus on the core HR part of it. You can start with Employee Central. Suppose you are an L&D person, you can start with learning, right? Success Factor learning. Suppose you have worked a little bit about recruiting, okay? So you're already aware of. Okay, as an HR generalist, you must be knowing everything, right? But if you have already worked in MBA, if after MBA HR, you have already pursued 1 year or 1.5 year in some of the areas, you can focus on that, right? You can start with there. And same principle is applicable for every other sector as well, all those modules as well. Okay. So this was all about the success factor point of view. And same principle will be applicable here also in your from here also success factor point of view. Suppose I'm going for, then you will be having like this. So I'll just delete one of the thing. right? So in success factor from a consulting side of it, what you have to work, again, there are two parts, as I was saying. Mostly people work in the front end part of it when it comes to business, and to some extent and also a lot of the back end part of it. But when it comes to technology, deep technology implementations and any kind of a major changes, right? So mostly we go for our implementation partner, and there also you have an option, just like as I was showing that learning journey, right? So the learning journey, this was an admin learning journey, okay, or a business side of learning journey. You can see there are different options after completing your platform administrations. It is which is a 24 hours training. Then we have an assessment of that, right? Similarly, after completion of that, you will be having a employee central, which is an 1.25 learning hours, PTO, project team orientation guide. We will be having 6 hours of learning, right, for that. Then we do have more advanced training on SAP Cloud Solutions or Cloud Essentials module. You can go for SAP Activate methodology, which is a standard methodology for any kind of success factor implementation for customer, which is an investment of 4 hours. Then we do have time management specific sessions. So then global benefits, which is 16 hours session. Similarly, all the best practices. So there is a webinar, recorded webinar for that as well. So this is an overall starting point for anyone who is pursuing an MBA in HR, already have completed your MBA in HR. And if you want to enter into the success factor field, right? This is the one thing which I will say recommend to SAP Success Factor Employee Central. This is an official training, and also at the Success Labs Academy, we also offer similar kind of sessions, but it is more of a more personalized, and it is more specific, tailored into the highly personalized for people. And you can find those solutions in our courses as well. It is a completely hybrid mentoring model. We have pre-recorded sessions, and every Saturday is like this. Today we will be having a detailed, much more detail oriented sessions. So you will be pertaining to any specific topic. Okay, so we have all the sessions you can see here already pre-recorded, and some of them are still in progress. So, but still it is plotted in our platform, and you'll be having access to all these things, right? So generally people start with Silva, where exactly people who are into MBA in HR, right? So they start with there are two options, two career options, or two. I talk about platform fundamentals, which I talked about the basics. Okay, so whether it covers both the thing, both business side of it or consulting side of it, because you do not know which kind of role you may get a job in your first whenever you switching to HR technology. So I cover the both part. So for that reason, I have not told that it is only specific for business or only specific for your technology side of it or consulting side of it. Rather, it covers everything. So if I go here inside this, you will be finding all the details. So we have a live sessions. So we have an implementation part. We have assessment. We have different resources. Also, there's a track 17 tracks available. So at present, this is how, and it is in my planning. I'm just updating in 2023. I'm planning to cover all the 17 tracks. So this is how the tracks looks like when it comes to core HR transformation series, right? So let's say I'm talking about the position management. So this is one of the major tracks. So we will be having a 16, 17 tracks in every modules, right? So you will be having, let's say, core HR, any module you pick it up. So you will be having 17 tracks. Okay, present you're 16. You can see, but there will be another 17 one is a ask me anything. Okay, so where you can ask any other questions related to that module. Okay, so I'm integrating all these things in my modules, which you can explore. So this is something which I thought of sharing, and it is already working fine for corporate professionals, but I'm just launching. So today is the session, as I was saying, beta launch for my LMS, for my learning management system, where you will be getting access to all those content, especially the first module, okay, the first platform capabilities you will be finding here inside it, and definitely you will be having knowledge. And then there is also an on-premise SAP HCM, which is the legacy version of SuccessFactor, or you can say it as an earlier version of the SAP HCM. So in which also I have worked on 6 years, almost close to 6 years, 2010 to 2016, almost 6 years I worked on that area. Still it is valid, and it will still continue in 2000 till 2040. Although SAP's major investment will be on SuccessFactor, but still SAP will continue with this S4 HANA SAP HCM point of view. And in this, you will be getting this I call it a level one, where I talk about it is more of a DIY stuff. You have to go through those video, do it yourself, and most of the sessions, and you will find go through the videos, and you can also take a subscription for any instance outside, and from that you can practice all those hands-on of it, right? So this is I just thought of sharing with you, and this is I also cover here. Now coming to the consulting side of it, as I have already told, so there are multiple modules again, and for that you must be having a certification, and those certifications are not a free of cost. Those are actually requires an investment, right? So for that you have to pursue a certification. So it is as usual, like SAP call it CER 006, right? So this is training SAP certification exams. So 6 attempts you will be having for a year. Within a 12 months of period, you have to complete 6 modules. Suppose you have already done with one of the modules, so then you can go for rather, say, let's say you have completed success factor, means one of the module success factor, right? Then in the first standard you already created, then you can open option to give another modules in the same certification hub subscription. Again, the works with subscription model, and in that, what are the options are available? You will be finding basically there is a two options: buy one exam attempt, and then there is 6 exam. But I will always prefer to go for 6 exam because it's more cost effective. And if you're planning for multiple certification, it's a go-to certification. So if you're going for a single certification, again, it will be cost to something somewhere around in Indian rupees 16,000 plus GST. And yeah, so this is one attempt. But why not to go for multiple certifications, right? This is a 6 exam, and list of valid certifications you will be finding from here. So I will just show you this is from a consulting. If you are planning for administratives, you do not require any investment here. Rather, directly you can go for other, or means it will be part of your license. Okay, but when it comes to success factor, so you must be having this kind of, you're planning to go for a consulting role, like any kind of a big four, Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, EY, or any top IT SI partner companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Capgemini, Cognizant, all those, okay, IBM, all those companies you're planning, then certification is a must for entry point, right? So they will be looking for, these are the different modules you can say, starting from here, right? Employee Central, performance management, goal management, recruiting. You have recruiting. We do have 2 modules: recruiter experience, candidate experience, success management, compensation, variable pay, learning management, workforce analytics, planning, and onboarding 1.0. Then people analytics, time management, career development, workforce analytics, onboarding. So these are different modules we do have, especially in success factor. This is from a consulting side of it, and if you want to go for further, you can just remember this link. You can bookmark it for your future reference. And if you go for individual modules about it, or if you, let's say, Employee Central Core I'm going for, you will be finding more detail about it for that particular certification in that particular module, right? So in this module, you'll be finding what is the cutoff score, what is the, they will be finding some sample questions, so what is the cutoff, what is the duration of the exam, and it is included in your that particular certification hub, okay? So where you will be doing that, and also you'll be finding the syllabus. Okay, I will say it's syllabus, just like in school, colleges. So for every module, what are the areas from where, which are the areas you'll be getting questions, right? So also the weightage of it. Okay, how much percentage of questions? So like for Employee Central, we'll be having questions on different data models, like succession data model. You have different data models, right? Data model, workflow configuration, employee data. These are the more major modules. These are the topics. Then similarly, foundation objects, generic objects, input, export data, business rules, event vision, derivation, security, second checking. All these are actually secondary. So you're finding all this weightage of questions directly from here, right? And also for each and everything, you will be finding which are the courses I have to pursue. Okay, so you will be finding all the details about it. THR 88, THR 81. That is a HCM suite, and this is a from a success factor employee central point of view, what course actually you have to complete. Okay, so this is just I thought of sharing with you, and this is only for them who would like to invest and in career, and they would like to go for a consulting. Is a more challenging kind of a role compared to the typical business, because I have already worked in that area almost close to 11 years. Now I moved to the other side of the business, right? So mostly, currently also I'm pursuing my consulting role, but it is more of internal consulting. I will say it's more of a business side of it, right? So currently you become a client, okay? So here in the consulting role, you serve a client, but here you become a client, right? And other partners or implementation partner, and they will be working for you mostly, okay? So this was just a quick summary, just to summarize what we have learned today. If you've already, this is today's session is mostly focused on the people who are already pursuing the MBA in HR, or they would like to, they have already completed MBA in HR. They would like to explore the careers in HR tech space. Okay, and there are multiple options which I didn't discuss today. That is like maybe there are also options available in HR specific to AI. Okay, artificial intelligence in HR, data management in HR, people analytics in HR. There are multiple options, but today we'll mostly focus on the digital platform point of view. From a digital platform point of view, what are the different career options we have seen? So this today's session is mostly focused on the digital platform for HR. And in that, we have seen two major segment: business, where you become the client, and you consulting, you serve the client, right? And mostly this is all. And business is more for industry specific or aligned to any industry. It can be any industry, retail, banking, insurance, or anything. And consulting is more of a work for any kind of consulting organization or advisory organization, like any big four or any top IT companies or any okay conglomerate and all. Then you go for your specific options, right? So with that, I have something very good toolkit for you, which is actually recently I have gone through from AI HR team. So that I will just thought of sharing with you. That is called Career Toolkit, which is nothing but based on your current role, okay, how you can navigate to the different roles in the HR space. Okay, so I will just show you that toolkit, and with that we will be concluding today's session. Okay, so I have just career toolkit AI HR. So actually, I have been a student for AI HR for a long time. So you will be finding this tool. I will recommend to explore this tool. Create your HR career path. Okay, maybe technology not a options for everyone, but if you any kind of a role if you're pursuing, okay, and this is again a data driven. Okay, you will be finding a lot of this is a very nice tool. And there are four options. It is the HR career map. So you can choose any of the points. So let's say you are currently playing a role of let's say after post MBA, you are already working as a HR data administrator, which is an entry level job. And the two axes actually, you can see one side you will be saying next axis from a service champion to a solution architect role, and it is junior. And from junior to senior, as we move on to senior role, so you can see junior to senior again, from advisor to a strategist. Okay, so more and more the top corner, which is a CHR, which is the top level job for any HR, they may be aspiring for. Then we do have other, right? The similarly, the entry level role, it can be help desk, HR set service, or it can be HR data administrator. Suppose you are starting with HR coordinator, let's say, which is the most common role. And you can find out for every role, if you click it, you will be finding what are your current responsibility, current your skills and competency, you will be finding. Then what are the relevant training programs for you in that area, you will be finding. Not only that, you will be also finding options here. So in this options, you will be finding your career. How does the career path look like? Okay, suppose you are already working as HR coordinator, then you will be finding. Also, you can enter your name and email to understand finding the insights and all. Okay, so I will just entering my name. I will be entering my email ID. Then let's say I'm having an employee headcount of let's say mid-size company. Then now you can also find out the insights about it. Okay, so we can explore these options. Okay, what does the career options look like? What are the different career options looks like for HR, right? And you'll be finding for also. So this is how the career options will be looking like. And similarly, and you'll be having for every segment, will be having your let's say yeah. So anything you'll be finding for this kind of a roles, what are the future career options they are also already offering. And for that also you can go for one career insight from here. You can get your career insight and then you can go for an assessment for that, right? So this is a very good tool. I will recommend to check it out. Okay. So this is that is the options we do have and what are the different options, right? So this is a very nice tool. Okay, and then for every skill set you will be finding, the good thing is what are your current skill set, you will be able to find it out. And for anything, okay, suppose I would like to refresh it. Let's say you are in the mid career also, you will be finding this HR manager and what is the typical salary range, and it is an average, it can be more and less also. And what are the key responsibility for that, and what are the skills and competencies. Suppose you are aspiring for a role, what are the skills and competencies required? Okay, so that is also, it is not a purely technology, but it is again for everything we have also certification. And if you're watching this video on this particular, whether in YouTube or any other social media, I will just provide you the referral link, and from that you can also go for this module. So they are having an annual subscription based charges, but it's worth of it, right? So this is this note we will complete today's sessions. Thank you very much for joining in, and we will continue similar kind of a session in upcoming days. Thank you very much for joining in. Wish you a very happy Christmas and upcoming New Year. Thank you very much. Bye bye.